Hi, I'm HC. For weekly videos on self-knowledge and self-discovery, like this video and hit the subscribe button. Here are the 5 steps on how to be taken more seriously. Step 1. Honor your word. To honor your word is to not just talk about it, but to also be about it. In many cases, we are not taken seriously because, although we may speak about a course of action, the actual actions undertaken paint a completely different picture. For example, let's say you hold a firm conviction against wearing a certain brand of clothing, and therefore exclaim that you would never wear such a clothing ever, only to eventually be caught wearing said clothing. This discredits you because you could have simply said nothing at all, and then it begs the question of why you felt you had to say something in the first place. And in more serious cases where it encourages people to then believe that you're simply a dishonest person. Honoring your word will help with being taken more seriously because it is demonstrating that you are actually about the things that you speak of. This encourages the belief that you are a congruent person and not a person that simply speaks to hear themselves. Honoring your word is to make a conscious choice to think twice before you speak, so that only what you truly mean comes out when you decide to express yourself. Step 2. Respect yourself. In this context, to respect yourself means to recognize that people are likely to reciprocate the respect that you give to yourself. This means that if you treat yourself poorly and speak of yourself poorly, it is likely that the people around you will adapt to treating you just the same. Think about it this way. Let's say you do not view yourself in a positive light, and you often speak poorly of yourself, demean yourself, and always make yourself the butt of every joke. People will then be more inclined to believing that that is the appropriate way to address or perceive you. Then, when people speak to you or of you, it will likely also be in a negative or not so pleasant light because that is the perspective that you have fostered. In most cases, people do not choose to create this image for you. Rather, it was you who taught them that this is what you allow. Always remember, in order to be taken more seriously, the journey begins with you. Respect yourself and allow yourself to be respected. Step 3. Follow your truth. Be yourself. In this context, to follow your truth means to acknowledge that your life path is independent of anyone else's, and therefore, you should honor that truth. Following your truth is important because your journey is unique, and respect is earned when you are able to focus on your own craft, irrespective of the many influences vying for your attention. Always remember, no matter how far you travel or what changes of scenery you encounter, you will still take yourself with you. Therefore, no matter how enticing someone else's reality may appear to be, it is important to appreciate that their blessings are their own. Be yourself. Being yourself is a great way to encourage being taken more seriously because it demonstrates that we have the confidence to trot our own paths and set ourselves apart from the pack of people walking, talking, and acting in unison. We must never allow our thinking to be governed by the conditions that surround us. As encouraged by U.S. Anderson, the author of the book The 3 Magic Words, withdraw your mind from the seemingly impossible summit and turn your attention to the step to be taken today. Stop chasing a reality that does not belong to you. Be yourself and allow the world to come to you. Step 4. Depend on yourself. Simply put, to depend on yourself is to have faith in your own skills and ability. We often sell ourselves short because we believe that taking action or putting ourselves up for the task at hand would lead to failure. Then we start to compare our situations to others and begin to ruminate on hypotheticals such as, If I had this like this person, then I would surely succeed. Or, that person is only respected because of this thing that they have. If I had that thing, then I would be just as respected. Unfortunately, this line of thinking encourages being a more complacent person that is not willing to make the sacrifice of today to reap the blessing of their labor tomorrow. To depend on yourself is to accept and appreciate that at this moment, you have everything that you need to take the next big step forward in your life, and to recognize that no one can take that step for you. Depending on yourself is important when it comes to being taken seriously, because when it is evident that we can take care of ourselves and be responsible and accountable for our own situations, a confidence and trustworthiness is naturally developed in your relationship with others. On your journey to becoming the best version of you, help along the way can always be appreciated. However, it is important to depend on yourself and to never pin your hopes of success on other people. Step 5. Think positive. To think positive is a very important element to be taken seriously on your life journey. Positive thinking implies that you approach unpleasantness in a productive manner, as opposed to becoming mentally defeated by the things that do not go your way. It is considering that the best is likely to happen and that you are able to take the actions necessary to encourage its fruition. It is to be grateful that certain things, relationships, or situations didn't work out, because it is the awareness that sometimes you do not even know what you're being protected from, or where you are being guided to when you're in the midst of it all. Therefore, the very situation that may appear to be negative today may very well be the blessing of tomorrow. Positive thinking will encourage being taken more seriously, because it is often the easier choice to think negatively of a situation. Thus, when you demonstrate optimism, especially when it is not popular opinion, respect is encouraged. Always remember, each day is a fresh start with a clean slate when you learn to forgive yourself and allow yourself to be. Because it is the case that, as humans, we are interdependent of one another, knowing how to be taken more seriously is an important part of becoming who you are. When you know how to be taken seriously, you are able to earn respect and give respect where it is due. And this is why knowing how to be taken more seriously is such an important factor on the journey of you becoming your best you. Thank you for watching this video until the end. You are appreciated. Like and share this video with a friend, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll see you here next time on Howell Consultations, the how-to being true to you.